What's up, Dragon Brood? If you are fans of Simic, this should be a fun one for you today. We get to play some well-known cards, some lesser-known cards, and really just a cool, all-around, put-together strategy here. Right, so starting at the top, we have some Into the Flood Maw for a little bit of defense there. We do have some Spell Pierce, which will hopefully help with the sweepers and stuff against this deck. Spyglass Siren coming over the top and creating some maps. Bushwhack can be removal, but also can help you with your mana, so I like both directions here in this deck. Llanowar Elves, just because, well, it's a Llanowar Elf. It makes mana, and we know the one with 2 swords is the best one. And then we have Paw Patch Recruit. This is actually just a good all-around card here. Flood Pitch Drowner, a full set of 4 to slow the opponent down, but also just having a flash creature is good every once in a while. Subterranean Schooner. Man, once upon a time, this was like a hugely played card. It sort of fell off a little bit, but here, it's making a comeback. Geomorph Imago. Now, this is a fun card because, one, it's a flyer, and you don't have a ton of those in this deck, but really good. And it can turn any of your small creatures into something larger with the landfall effect, and sometimes 6/6 later in the game. So this should be very useful here. Sentinel of the Nameless City, just a good quality body, making you some maps. And then we have some pretty heavy hitters in the 4 mana slot. Enduring Curiosity, which hopefully leads to us getting cards, especially with us having flyers. And Ouroboros, just to pump up everything and just close things out. So yeah, if we can make it to the late game with even just 3 or 4 bodies out, these 2 cards are actually going to do a whole lot of work. Now, if this is your jam, at the end of the video, we'll have a link. You can go over to Moxfield, download it, have a lot of fun. They sponsor the channel, host your stuff there. But more importantly, if you want to buy stuff, be sure to check out Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com. You can use my code DRAGON over there, DRAGN, and it'll save you 5% on every single thing you put in your cart. But for now, let's go see if this 8th place league deck actually performs on the ladder. This looks like a pretty good start, actually. We got a couple of Llanowar Elves. We got something to do on turn 2 with 3 mana. We got double color here, so shouldn't be too difficult. Actually, this could be a fantastic... I was about to say, if we were to pick up another land there. So then now, we're likely... I mean, I guess Sentinel could die here, but if it doesn't, we get to attack. They probably don't block it, and then we just start getting free cards right off the bat. Can't be that easy. I'm sure they have something else going on. It'd be interesting if they just pass here and don't play anything. Ah, but we found an Ouroboros. Yeah, man. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm just going to attack with the Sentinel. Just a sample thing. I mean, do you have a sweeper? All right, or I mean a counter. They probably do. I'll bite, though. I almost just went Llanowar Elf into Drowner, and I probably should have trusted myself. I didn't need to go for that there. I could have got smaller value. Because I could have, like, instepped Drowner and been fine. Oh, Imago, you're cute. But I don't think you solve any of our problems. How about we do this? Okay, I was about to say, if it was a land on top, then I would have just played Imago, turned this into a 3/3 and attack. Alright. What are you planning on doing here, opponent? Alright, I'm just going to attack with this. I think I made just a critical error last turn. But let's try it. You probably have another counter, right? So we get the counter on that and not the Ouroboros, which is fine. Alright, then we play this. And we're just going to hope they don't have, like, ill-timed explosion or something here. Or if they do, we can only get rid of, like, our Llanowar Elves or something. Nope, looks like an ill-timed explosion incoming. Oh, it was not. What the hell? Then what's going on here? Alright, I guess I'll try once. Like, you gotta have something. I mean, I guess you don't have to have anything, but weird if you don't. I don't know what we're even worried about playing around here. I'm just going to attack. Yeah, just get it all in there. Like, if you flash something in here, so be it. Oh, it's just a get lost? Alright, sure. I mean, I guess it's good. We wouldn't have got any value off Ouroboros anyway. So, it's kind of whatever. Do I use a map? No, let's just end the turn. They might just go land 5 mana sweeper anyway. Nope, not a white one. There's a stock up. Yeah, even if we stick the Aura board, we can't win next turn, is the problem. Yeah, that one turn I goofed up, for sure. I should have just had Drowner plus, and I think we'd have been better off. Oh, the opponent's committing for us. That's nice. And they had the Lightning Helix I was afraid of them having. That's interesting. I get attack for 6. I'm going to do this. Okay, don't need into the Flood Maw. I was kind of hoping that could have been a land, then I could have just untapped and then hit this one, but... So right now, we'd be attacking for 6. Yeah, that probably has to be good enough. Oh, actually, no, that's 3. So we attack for 8 here? Alright, this is good enough, I guess. No, it's 6. Oh, because power was 2, and then we added the counters. Never mind, never mind. I was right the first time. Yep, I assumed something was like that was coming. Alright, vacuum. Sure. Man, we needed a land somewhere along the way. It would have been big, but this is tough. Just missing those land drops was not helpful. And now, of course, we'll get one. Nope, into the Flood Maw. Don't need that. Alright. Man, that's a lot of turns. Even with extra maps and stuff, we didn't find any lands. Being able to activate our Sanctuary, like, there were so many things we could have done here. Oh. Really? I thought they were just gonna get lost our Imago, but I guess not. Okay. That's a thing. Alright. There's another land. I think we go ahead and do this. Play a land, turning this into a 3/3 base. And then see if we can get a counter on it. Spell Pierce, I mean, I guess. Alright. Rediscover the way. You got it. Now, the good news here is if they do kill our Imago, unless this is just a Day of Judgment, like, we would get to put counters on our Paw Patch recruits, and that would still be lethal. What could you have with 2 cards? I mean, I guess we just activate this, right? I mean, as soon as you shoot something with the Paw Patch, we just move counters over. So it'd have to be 2 live cards. And even then, that still might... Yeah. So we put a counter here, counter here. Yeah, what remains would still be, well, a combination of at least 6. But now you shoot something, it's still just going to be 7. Wow, we still got there. I think I misplayed early, but we still got there. Man, that's a pretty resilient deck. I was not expecting... I thought this match was going to be even harder than it was. Considering we got our first couple of things countered, there was a get lost. Beyond got rid of 3 things. This killed another creature. Somehow, still got there. Okay, yeah, let's keep this. Let's see what we got going on here. Mako, let's return the Mako. Alright, I mean, if we draw our lands, this could line up well. Oh, they're just going straight into it, huh? Well, I guess we kind of have to be aggressive here if we're going to have any chance in this fight. That's not what... I really just wanted that to be a land. That would have made me a lot happier. I mean, on the plus side, if we don't draw land, we at least have Into the Flood Maw, and that does something. That can buy us a little bit of time. It's also a little defense against a Vivi that might show up here. I mean, right now, Vivi doesn't do much, so it's kind of whatever, but... Alright, and they don't have a way to discard anything right now, so that's awesome. Alright, didn't get our land, but this is also acceptable. I'm just going to play this outright. Though fishing for a land with these is probably also reasonable. But a land also makes us a 3-power attacker, and, you know. Alright, Marauding Mako is back. Tursa's going to discard some things. This is probably where a Vivi goes to the yard. No, it was not a Vivi in there. However, that's actually really good for them, too. Alright, good news is we have blockers, and we made a flyer. So that's awesome. Opponent does not want to trade anything there. Interesting. Let's try this. Oh, a Flood Pit's Drowner. Hold up. Do we want that? I guess so. Alright. That's interesting, though. I was not set on it, but like if I put a counter... Nah, I'm just going to do this. And attack. You got it. I mean, I guess I could make dragons now or whatever, but so be it. Stuck on lands is rough here. Yeah, I probably should have got rid of it. I was trying to be, like, thinking ahead of being able to tap their biggest guy and maybe get more damage in. But realistically, I think I should have just went for a land. And just kept digging. Because getting an Ouroboros could allow us to break stuff open. And now we're just not going to have that option. Now, there is a world where there's a land on top. So that we can tap their dragon... attack. Like, there's options there. So let's see. Is there a land on top? Kind of hoping there is. Golly, come on, man. Like, I just want a little bit of help. Just a little bit. Not asking for much. Attacking with these two knuckleheads, because that's all we can do. Alright, they're at 7. There's a real chance this turn they might spend their mana making another dragon. Oh, Winter Night Stories. This is probably where they pop off now. First card doesn't say that. Alright. We're still playing Magic. Yeah, nothing under the cauldron is scary here. Fear of missing out, legit. But now you can't block the flyers. So if we just find a land, we win. Because these each become 3 power. So that'd be 8. Okay, they found another. So they might have their own Into the Flood Maw or something here. Now, I guess also attacking isn't great for them either, though. Are you going to spread the counters? Or are you going to load them up on one thing? Alright. Really? Ah, man. I mean, we could go find a land. I guess we have to assume they have it, but what else are we going to do? I mean, it's either a counter or a bounce spell, right? I mean, we can't be that naive. Sure. Sure. Are we bouncing either of these? I mean, one gets bounced, we just replay it. Oh, still lethal. Wow. Wow. This is one of those cases where I say a lot of my videos. when y'all are watching footage from anybody, not just me, from any creator, whether a deck wins or loses doesn't matter all that much compared to how a deck wins or loses. Because somebody's going to get done watching this video and they're going to count up the wins or the losses and go like, this deck won X amount percentage or whatever. But the reality is we got stuck at 3 land and we got really lucky here. So while this is a win, we shouldn't have won that. If this scenario plays out 10 more times, at best, we win 3 or 4 of those. At best, under these conditions. Now, had we drawn a land and whatever, things could have been different. But take all that into consideration when you're watching games. Seriously. We have Llanowar Elf. I mean, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. There's a chance the Flood Maws are just bad if we're not playing against something with creatures or whatever. But, yeah, we'll see. Maybe we get a 3-mana thing? No, no such luck. I was like, maybe we get lucky. No, not a chance. All right, go attacking. Because, see, this is where the hand could get bad. Because the opponent just plays an untapped land and says go. Like, they probably have a counter. And our Enduring Curiosity does nothing. Though that being said, they might also just kill a Llanowar Elf here. Yeah. Oh, Duress. That's not bad for us. Oh, I don't think they have Flood Maws either. So, I'm just going to do this anyway now. It doesn't really change anything. Alright, we get a card. This is nice. An Oboroid. Alright, this is nice. Or Oboroid. I don't know. What was that sound that came out of my face a second ago? That was not a name of a Magic card. Yeah, I don't know what the opponent wants to do. I mean, if they have an exile thing for Curiosity, sure. But if not, this is going to be pretty good for us. You get my End of the Flood Maw. You also get to see an Oboroid, so you can save your removal for that. Nope, they're just like, we're going to try to mill you, dude. I'm going to go ahead and get this down now. Get in there. And get 2 cards. I mean, we're helping them out, I guess. Play this, play this. Now, we should be real close to getting the job done now. Because we can also activate our creature land and just have the Siren attack as a 3. Yeah, that's just a big GG's. All right. Man, can't be mad at that. That hand looked real junky, too, with all those End of the Flood Maws against a non-creature deck. What I will say, though, is this is a situation where End of the Flood Maw wouldn't have been complete trash, because on a future turn, during their upkeep, you know, if we didn't have lethal here, we could just bounce this and then, like, force them to have to replay it and whatever, so we don't get milled out by something crazy in 2 turns. But yeah, that's a real strong win against the Dimir Control deck. Let's see. We get to go first. What's the best we can do? We play Schooner on 2, Sentinel on 3. I feel like we need to be more aggressive on turns 1 and 2, but I'm willing to keep this and see how things work. Whoa, did Arena not tap our land? Am I seeing something? Like, we did not pay 2 life. We're still at 18, and this land did not tap. I'm going to have to look back in editing, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's been a long day. I've done a lot of fantasy drafts and other things today, so who knows? But, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Arena's had a couple of weird things lately. All right, what you got? Duress. You got options? Well, I say you got options. You really only have one, which is Spell Pierce. I'm going to go ahead and do this now anyway, just because we're going to hunt for a land. But we're just going to crew the Schooner here, ultimately. Yeah, don't want that. All right. I actually didn't want to counter. I was like, man, just give me a land. That's all I want here. Sometimes it's the little things. All right, what you want, opponent? Seam Rip. Oh, no. No Schooner for me. That's so sad for us. Well, that's a thing that happened. I kind of want to play another Schooner against this, but You know what? I think I am. As much as I want to look for a land with a Sentinel, I think I am going to do that. Because I feel like this is some type of Orzhov Control deck, and if that's the case, having a creature on the battlefield after a sweeper will be good. I mean, obviously, they can still have, like, shoot the sheriff or whatever, but at least make them work for it. And they know 3/4 of our hand. That's the other thing. So we're not going to really get them with the Enduring Curiosity, I guess. Oh, you're playing Ketramose. Well, that's a thing. Good to know, I suppose. Alright, well, get in there while we can. Oh, no, I don't want you. We just need more lands. And possibly they exile creatures here? Which could be worthwhile if you know we're stuck. That's gonna what? Exile 4 cards? I guess it's gotta be this. We just gotta keep the most damage, right? I mean, they probably have another removal spell for the Sentinel, but, I mean, it's not like we can do anything about it. Yep, that's what I assumed. Oh, that just destroys. Nice. Okay, so now there's a decision to be made here. Are we just going Curiosity to get a card? Or Ouroboros? Ugh. Or even Sentinel to put a counter. I guess I'm going here. I mean, we put them at... if we attack for 4, we put them to 5. And then our Ouroboros could get us there. Or if we... Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this. And just hope for the best. Because I have a feeling their hand's a couple of removal spells anyway. And it could be a board sweeper that... Oh, okay. In the Flood Maw. Great card to find here. Fantastic. So now, we don't even get terribly punished for holding on to the Ouroboros or the Sentinel here. Now, they do get 4 life, so that's a thing. But this actually gives us some options. Alright, opponent goes to 7. This is all very, 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 very intriguing. What's funny, though, is had I played the Ouroboros, this would be at 4. They would have been at an extra life less, so I guess they'd have been at 6. So this would have put them at 2. Wow, what do we do? What do we do? This is such a tough situation. I think it's still... But, I mean, then they just... What are we trying to do here? I'm just trying to think about how much life the opponent potentially loses. Do I want to put a counter with the Sentinel? But I think we're just going to do this. And if... I actually... No, that's a mistake. I should have just played... Yeah, I goofed up. I should have just played Sentinel. And just left the mana to bounce the Ketramose. That would have been the correct play. Because then I can do it during their instep, force them to take different actions here. I mean, I don't know. I guess this could work too. Right? I mean, we play a creature, bounce their dude, and it's still lethal if they don't have a removal. So I guess it's fine. But definitely could have been cleaner done. Oh, I have to... Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait. Why can I not crew 1 with this? Okay, so it was crew 1. I clicked it and it didn't activate. For some reason, I was like, are Schooner a crew 2? I was pretty certain it was crew 1. I was about to, like... How did I not remember? Wow, we still got there, but I don't deserve this one. I definitely don't deserve it. I'll say this, though. Even making dumb mistakes, the deck's still winning. So I don't know, like, that's sometimes too. Let me also add this. I do see a lot of times where people want to comment about a creator making dumb plays and blah blah blah. But like, if they're still winning, at that point, again, look at how the decks are winning or losing. If the person's still winning while making mistakes, the deck's probably better than you think it is. If they're playing perfectly and losing, well, the deck's probably worse than you think it is. You know what I mean? But either way, this is a win. We'll take it. Move on to the next one. All right. We actually can't keep this because this only gives us blue mana. So we're going to have to mulligan. This is intriguing. We'll keep this. I'm going to get rid of Spell Pierce. All right. Let's see how this works out for us. All right. So now decisions have to be made. What if we go... I was thinking Schooner here, but maybe that's wrong. I'm just going to pass. Maybe I'm just going to try to, like, Drowner, buy ourselves some time. Oh. That's not what this is at all. Well, this is interesting. Alright. This is just like a weird mono green thing. I thought it was going to be green landfall, but that's not what we're seeing here. Oh, it's when it becomes tapped? I thought it was when it attacks. Oh, you're kidding. That's so funny. Oh, what a way to get wrecked. That's totally my dumb fault. But what a way to get wrecked. That's hilarious. I'm not even mad about that. That's great. Damn amusing, honestly. Man, this is just... Oh, why were you not an actual color mana? So now the best thing I can do, really, is play this and then play this, right? Alright, pass the turn. And I guess I could, like, crew the Schooner to block or something if I need to. That's so funny, though. Oh, that might situation. Because I could have just tapped an elf and then blocked, but yeah, that obviously didn't work. So I ended up taking extra damage for no reason. Uh-oh, what are we doing here? That was weird. You got, like, giant growths or other things over there? I mean, probably, because you're playing mites. So why wouldn't you? Sure. Question is, do I want to double block? Uh-oh. Are we just gonna... Some type of bite spell or something here? Oh. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not even mad at that. That's actually probably best case scenario, all things considered. Okay. I mean, we're slowly piecing something together here. Alright, so if I tap down a symbiote now, that's a little less stuff to worry about next turn. I guess, do I want to do it during their upkeep, though? Is the question here. Because I'm probably attacking here regardless. Oh, that's good. I'm going to say, because a block is better for us than for them, obviously. You know what? I don't think I'm going to get too tricky. We lock it down for one less turn, but I think I'm willing to do that. So we can't get got by anything crazy here. Like, double overprotect or something crazy, you know? Alright. This is good. Let's attack these. With just those. I don't think we need to get too crafty here. Alright. And they only have one card in hand, so it's not going to be like a pump spell and a protection spell. Like, if they just had one and then drew the other one, then so be it. I guess we'll just get wrecked. Oh, man. Get wrecked, nerd, for real. I would like to bounce that now. Before we get other opportunities to do silly things. Thank you. All right, so now we know there's only an Ouroboros left. Oh, that's some information. At some point, I need to turn this into a creature, but I just haven't had the window to do it. So if we attack all out here, what's the most we get hit for? These get a counter, so they're going to pump something else for 2. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 14, so that's fine. I'm just wondering, can I get away with turning this into a creature during their instep and then still attack for enough to win? I don't think we can. We have to attack now. I think this is what we need to do. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and let this... As much as I want a land here, I think this is fine. Now, if we can just find our own Ouroboros, maybe we'll have a chance to do something here. All right. Take 2. Go to 12. I mean, we're on the cusp of losing this. Oh, no. That is not what we wanted here. Oh, that's bad news. I think we're dead. Because now we're going to have to block the Ouroboros. Or block the Might. Either one. Whatever you pump up with the Might, really. Yep. We are at 0 outs. They got us. Man, we were close. We were close. Yep. Can't block enough to stay alive here. If I could have activated a land, maybe. But no chance. Yep. That'll do it. GG's, opponent. Damn. Just bad luck on our part. Alright, we gotta keep this. I mean, we got our colors, we got 3 land, we have a Llanowar Elf, we have a flyer, we have some defense. Can't ask for too much more out of this hand. Unless we just want to be super greedy. And Patchwork Beastie. Alright, well, we always know where things are going when you see a Patchwork Beastie. It's gonna be Delirium of some variety. Floodpit's Drowner's probably pretty good in this matchup, I would think. Oh, I wish I would have had an extra land there where I could Spell Pierce something. Getting a Patchwork Beastie. Alright. Seems good. How do we want to set this up? We could Paw Patch, tap something down, play Curiosity. That's probably our best bet, right? Let's just do this and pass. Because there's a real chance that if they hit Delirium, they'll try to attack with these, and then we just tap one, or whatever else they cast, I guess. If they don't hit Delirium, then we can just punch through, and that's awesome. Just free cards. Keen-Eyed Curator. Well, you can block. At least for the moment. You gonna protect it? Nope. Alright, cool. So barring them just flipping a bunch of cards into the graveyard here, we are going to attempt to attack and hope we don't get wrecked. I mean, we won't get wrecked either way, because if they do play something, we can Spell Pierce it, you know? So we would have been fine, but this is much better for us, obviously. Alright, get a couple cards. Schooner's not the greatest thing in this matchup. Alright, they are at Delirium. Sure, you have a Screaming Nemesis. If we take 9, we attack back for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not going to be nearly enough, obviously. Could make it 10, 11 by turning something into a 3. Yeah, I guess we might as well block the beastie then, huh? Don't want to get too crazy there. Need to kill something. Oh, well, that's a thing. I don't know if it changes much, but it's definitely a thing. Here's... There's an interesting sequence here. We could play this, then play a land to turn whatever into a 3/3. Actually, we're going to be using the Llanowar Elf because we want to cast the Bushwhack, I believe. So, sucks to just make... We don't get as much value out of it doing it this way, but it's correct. And then what I want to do here is this. I want to use the Schooner, and then crew, and then allow this to fight this and the Curator. And then we get to attack. We get 2 cards. Alright, Ouroborod's pretty nice. And the Flood Maw's pretty nice. Alright. So in case of emergency, I can still crew the Schooner. They did get rid of a Snakeskin Veil. They might feel they don't need it, other than for Drowners, potentially. Or they could just have a backup one. Alright, Tursa's not so scary here. We're at 14 with a 3/4 blocker, so that's fine. Though they could play a land and then play the spell that gives them, like, double strike or whatever. Yeah. Alright, cool. We'll take that. Okay. I think we keep this going first, right? We take a little bit of damage. Because we'll play the Siren. And I don't know. Maybe... it depends on if we think we need to bounce something. Because it's probably correct to just play Vinestalk here. Well... Dang it. Now we have Llanowar Elf. Alright, I guess I'm just attacking for 1. I feel like they have an into the Flood Maw here. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Alright, we're going to play that tapped. Well, if they have it, they didn't use it. I don't know what that is then. Oh, your own Llanowar Elf, huh? Okay, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if I want to trade my Llanowar Elf here. I mean, I guess I'm willing to put it at risk. I say that. Let's think about this for a second. Since they didn't counter anything and they didn't bounce anything, maybe it's some type of creature bonus spell or something. So let's not do that. Let's just attack with the Spyglass Siren. Oh, crap. I meant to play this out and get a card. I was thinking about my End of the Flood Maws and I clicked too quickly. I mean, 1 card's probably fine, but the problem is if they leave double blue open, we don't get to cast this now, and that's going to suck. Oh, Selene City, sure. I guess they want to use the map here. Alright. I mean, maybe they do have Flood Maw and they're just waiting to hit something bigger with it. I don't know. But either way, let's get this dude. Whoa! Whoop, 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 whoop. We do not want to give them a fish. There we go. They're going to try to protect it. Nope, they're just going to get rid of our dude. Okay, Flood Mara guy. That's fair. Still getting rid of that. Still attacking. Yeah. I think that's still fine. Are they playing the same deck we're playing? I'm just having that realization. Like, I'm just looking at the cards going like, wait, is this a weird mirror match? Quite possibly. Alright, you have a Sentinel. So I was right in the assumption of the End of the Flood Maw. And then there's a Schooner. Yep, let's... dang it. Why does it keep... Okay, here we go. We got it. And now we get to drop this. Though I could have already been 1 card lower if I'd been paying attention. But it didn't matter, really, ultimately. They had an End of the Flood Maw. Who knows? Wow, no land. Ugh, that hurts. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, having a Flood Maw helps, but yeesh. Alright, some Llanowar Elves to do some blocking. Reasonable. A lot of Llanowar Elves to do some blocking. Alright. Yeah, they're playing the... Oh, wow, what are the odds? They're basically just playing the same deck we're playing. That's crazy. Double Flood Maw. Alright. Let's bounce this with the assumption that they will use that to crew their flood. Okay, didn't even need to worry about it. My thought here is they were just going to crew the schooner, and then we were going to also bounce the schooner with the other flood maw, put a counter on probably a Llanowar Elf so they don't have as good of a block, and then just send everything in. Get us 2 cards. Then all they can do is play those. We have some number of extra cards. Hopefully one of those is a land, so maybe we get to Spell Pierce. I don't know. But yeah, didn't have to worry about all that. All right, first off, I got to give credit to Doggo10, I believe 538 is their name. But this was a really surprising deck. It did everything we needed it to do. It wasn't flashy at doing any of those things, by the way, but it did everything just enough. It honestly, I would say this felt like the most Simic deck we've probably played this season, other than just trying to ramp to big things, right? You're bouncing things, you're putting counters on stuff, you're growing your creatures, you're drawing cards, right? It's doing everything those colors want to do. And our lands were even relevant at times. So yeah, this is surprisingly good. That's kind of the only way I can describe this. I know it's an 8th place finish in a league, but I genuinely thought it was going to perform like on the ladder. It might just do okay. Did we only lose 1 game? I need to go look. Yeah, it looks like a pretty unbelievable 7-1 for 88%. I do think I got lucky in at least one of those, but still, that's pretty crazy. If anything, there's metagame choices you can make. You know, whether you want heritage reclamations or things to deal with the graveyard or whatever. Like, obviously there's choices, but this deck is really cool. If you have the pieces for this from playing any of the other decks that we've played throughout the season, this could be worth putting together for sure. But link in the description, take you over to Moxfield. Don't forget to buy your stuff at Tales of Adventure and save money. Use my code. I'll appreciate it and you'll appreciate it. Also, if you want to become a member and dictate what's on the channel, become a member down below. Otherwise, just keep watching videos, watch them all the way through. It's always free and it always helps. And I appreciate you for it. That's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.